life force is running out.
Hello everybody, Crow back again, and not too long ago you may have seen me do some mods on the Atari 2600, 7800, and well, some other mods, but I just wanted to focus on the ones I did on the Atari 2600 and 7800. For both the 2600 and the 7800, I did an AV video mod out. And also on the Atari 2600, I've done a power LED out. I only showed the end results of those, but I came upon the opportunity to actually install a couple more mods into another 2600, and I kind of don't. This isn't going to be a how-to video, but basically, I kind of want to just show the kits that I got, and then basically maybe how they're installed, not how to, but after installed what they look like, and basically do kind of review of sorts on these mods as they are put into the system. Now, all of these mod kits I bought from VintageGamingandMore, except for one of them. He offered that one to me for free because he saw my other video. But when he offered it to me, the one mod kit to me for free, I was like, you know what? If I'm going to mod another 2600, I want to do the other two mods as well. But all these mods, well, the two, I can't really speak for the third one because I haven't done it yet, were really easy to do. You just need to have some basic soldering knowledge, really, to be able to do these mods. And one of them, the LED light one, is super easy. So actually, I got in the mail my kits. So basically, the first one is the it's the LED kit. I got there's several lights you can choose from. I got the orange light for this one in particular, but this is the kit. This was $9.99. All you really need to do for this one is to drill a hole, and you know what? I realize I don't have the focus on right, but you can see. There's really not much to look at. You have two wires. You have an LED light. Everything's been pre-made. All you really need to do is solder in these two wires, drill a hole, and stick it in there, and that's the LED mod. Now, the second one that I got was, it comes in this little bag here. This is the AV mod kit, and this really comes with everything you'd need except for, the soldering equipment. You've got the little, chip that you actually solder the wires in here yourself. It's really easy to do. You've got your jacks that you would have to install into the 2600 in the back, and then you've got your wires here. You've got one set of 4 wires and one set of 3. The instructions for this are online. He doesn't ship you the instructions, but the instructions are available online for all of these. And then finally, the mod he sent to me for free was the actually the AV mod. It was $22.99. I'm sorry. And then you have this pause one, which is the one I haven't installed yet. I have an opportunity, but it looks like everything is already soldered together on this chip. So basically, we're going to have to solder these ends to somewhere on the board, and basically find a spot for this toggle switch for a pause. And I'm guessing that if you wanted to change this switch to something else, you can do that. But I'm going to be doing all these mods on this 4-switch Atari 2600. Now, I did it before on a 6-switch Atari 2600 because that is my favorite one. But this one, I wanted to do it on this one because this one has a bit of a history. See, I've already tried to do an AV mod on this one, and I kind of failed at it. So basically, I had these holes. I'm still using the RF. There's really nothing. The board is everything the way it should be. It's just that I had these holes, and I'm just covering up with these fake ones. So I can reuse these holes and just drill one more. And so I can, and it won't be stereo, but it'll just have the 2 jacks. They'll both be mono. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do these mods on here. I'm going to install the LED light up here. I'm going to install the pause toggle here. And then, of course, in the back, we'll have the AV switch. So if I think what I'm going to do is correct, I'm going to be cutting to basically the internal view of the Atari 2600 with all the mods installed before I install, before I put together the Atari 2600, and then I'll show off what these mods can do. Alright, so I've got everything pulled apart here, and all the 3 mods installed. Just show them off one at a time here. Here is the AV mod. This was the board that came with it. All the wires are wired into it. Into the board, there's 4 spots. The green was video. The red is 5 volts. The black one is ground. Now I just wired it directly into this ground instead of the spot where it said to install it. And then this white one here is actually just attached to the same lead as a resistor. Remove this resistor here and remove this transistor up here. And on the other end of it, we have just where the jacks are. So the red is the audio jack. This one going across the top here, going across all 3 of them is the ground. And then the green is the video. And I actually added in a yellow piece of heat shrink to keep all the wires together. That was the entire AV mod. The pause mod, this is the board here. I've stuck it onto these 2 chips here. Underneath this chip, I'm actually covering it up, but there's a trace I had to scratch out to prevent 2 of these pins on both these chips from connecting. Then we have the white one being attached to the 3rd pin there. We have the ground right there, and then there was a resistor that was removed here, and that is where these other 2, the green and the red, are being attached to. And yeah, the blue wire is actually coming up here. This is the top of it, and this is where the switch is. So that'll enable and disable the pause mechanism for it. And then finally got the LED light. This is it, just the 2, the red and the black. Just get soldered in right here, and then wired up here. So, in a sense, it's really nothing too complicated with these kits. You just have to really be able to solder, and really one of the trickiest things is scratching out that one trace without destroying anything else. So, I'll put this back together and catch you then. Alright, we got the Atari 2600 back together, and you can see all 3 mods have been installed. We've got the LED light up here, we've got the pause switch mod over here, and on the back you can see where I have my AV jacks, although you can install those really anywhere you want. But let's just show these off one at a time. I'm going to save the AV mod for last, because all that really involves is comparing gameplay footage, so I'll just save that for the end of the video. But the first thing is this LED light. So let's turn it on, and you can see the LED light here. Now, the reason I went with orange is because it actually goes good against the brown wood trim, and also there's an orange trim around here, and also some of these switches are, well, most of the switches except for the power one are labeled in orange. So I thought orange would be a good fit for this. So let's turn off the lights. You can see how bright it is. Alright, so I've got the lights off here. It's actually a really nice looking light there. Now what I'm going to do is actually going to pan up to the TV here and show off this pause switch. Now the reason I can't show the pause switch in action, I can't get the console, the Atari 2600 and the TV in the same shot, is because as soon as I get the TV in the shot, the camera likes to just focus in on that, and everything else goes dark. So you wouldn't even see the 2600 anyway. But I've got Chopper Command in there. Let's start up a game. And say we're playing Chopper Command. And we absolutely have to get away from the system, but you don't want to stop the game. Simple. We'll just, well, die is one way. But if we're flying and we hit the switch, you do hear like a faint noise, like, well, not faint, it depends on how loud it is. It just constantly plays the last sound that was being played, but the screen kind of looks all jazzed up. But all you need to do, flip the switch back, and it reset the game up. Well, let's try that again. Maybe I did something wrong there. Let's try this one more time. So, also, it may just be that this pause switch just doesn't work with this game. Turn it back. Oh, there we go. It's really weird that it would have reset the game. But let's try it again. We'll hit the switch. Get weird. And there's also a weird noise coming from the TV, too. It's just the last noise being played. Hit it back, and we're back into the game. It's really weird why it reset it the first time. I never had it happen before. Maybe I maybe hit the other button, too. So let's see. We hit the switch. Screen's all black. Let's hit it back. We're back to the game and dying. Let's actually try another game. I'm going to try a couple games. That was Chopper Command. Let's put in Barnstorming. Now, Barnstorming is a pretty quick game as it is, but let's, for argument's sake, let's start playing Barnstorming and not really paying attention to what I'm doing. But we could just hit birds all day. Hit the pause switch. Get a weird noise. I don't have the volume up too high, so I don't know if you can hear that. Let me pump the volume up. Yeah, you hear that noise? So, if you're going to pause a game, you might need to mute the TV too. But, back into the game. So, there we go. Works with Barnstorming. Let's try another game. These are all the games that I'm using for the the screen capture test RF versus AV. So, we got Grand Prix. I'm not even going to steer. Just keep driving. See, we're in, oh, here we go. We can see, like, the time on the screen, too. And my phone's been going off. 10 seconds in, we pause, get weird garbage on the screen, got a weird sound, unpause, we're back to where we left off. Bumping this guy's rear. Okay? 2 more games let's try. Let's try Berserk. And depending how good you are at Berserk, this game could last a long time. So we got, let's just keep running. And we're into the next room with red robots. They're shooting at me. Let's pause the game. Again, you don't know what you're going to get when you pause. Unpause, you're back where you left off. So it's actually a pretty good mod, I must say. I think it is. I think this mod is worth $20. The LED light is definitely worth it. If not, you could just, if not just for an easy way to tell if your console's powered on or not. You may not be getting a signal, but, thanks to a light, for sure your power supply is working correctly. And let's try, finally, Yars Revenge, which didn't boot up properly. There we go, for some reason. So, yeah, we got Yars Revenge, shooting. Let's get away. There we go. We got the bit. So let's pause. Something's going on. We pause the game. Come back. We're right where we left off. So there we go. There's Yars Revenge. And I'm actually going to turn this off. Turn the lights back on. There we go. Can't find my own light switches. But anyway, there you go. That's the... Those 2 mods for the Atari 2600. Now, I'm going to leave you with the main reason I ordered stuff off of VintageGamingandMore, and that is the AV mod. Now, when I previously did this in another Atari 2600, and the effect was really good, but for some reason, it even turned out even better in this Atari 2600. And when I asked about that, it just depends on the model. Now, this is a newer model than the 6-switch model, so it probably had better circuits or something in there. Something in there was better. It produced a better signal. Let's just say that. The newer ones produced a better signal. Now, the 7800 still produced the best signal with the AV mod, but this is still really good. And what I'm going to leave you with are, comparison shots of the RF that I took before I did the mod and after, side by side. And you'll be able to see, that how just you'll know that the AV mod is going to be better. But in some cases, it could just blow you away of how good of a quality you can get, video quality you could get out of with the AV mod. And it definitely is worth the $22.99 just to do the kit and do the, it's a really quick installation, so to speak. There's really nothing too difficult about it. And the same could be said about the LED. That is even way simpler, and you can see that from what I showed. And the pause one is a little bit more complicated just because you have to cut a trace and be careful about it and solder a wire to a pin on the IC chip. But other than that, it still is pretty easy to do. So with that, I'm just going to leave you with, before I forget, I want to say that, yes, I'm glad I got all 3 mods. You know what? I could probably do without the pause mod. I've never really needed it before, but I'm glad that it's there just in case. But the LED mods and the AV mods are almost definitely must-haves if you're going to modify your 2600 in any way. And finally, with that, I'm going to leave you with the comparison footage of the RF versus the Composite Out AV mod on the Atari 2600. So thanks everyone for watching. See you all next time. Bye.
Ken Quayle announces his candidacy.